Man, I was just sitting here thinking, and I don't know about you guys, but if I had to right now, I couldn't honestly name five Cavs players that I fully trust at this moment. Can you? Let's talk about that and a lot more on today's episode of Cavs Daily. I'm your host, Paul Williams, back with another banger for you all. Appreciate you guys being here with me today as we have an off day so we can kind of dig into some I guess not off the court stuff, but not just game focused dialogue today. And with that, I wanted to first speak on what we just teased a little bit. I mean, who the hell can you really trust on this Cavs team right now? It's crazy when you really sit and think about it, because I went up and down the roster and I was struggling, man. I was struggling to find a handful of names that I could try to come on here and tell you guys that I really trust, that I'm really feeling comfortable going to war with. It's just slim pickings right now in that regard. And first of all, Donovan Mitchell, for sure, even through his sometimes not up and down play, he's been consistently solid. He's had a few bad games here or there, but he is the one that I do believe we all feel pretty good about, and we'd feel great about going to war with him in a playoff series anytime. Jalen Tyson, he's another one that I feel pretty comfortable with, and he's a guy that I am good having next to me going to war any night. And I can count on him to be out there most nights, be healthy and ready to go, and also bring the energy that is needed from a player who's not the star, the go-to guy of your team. He fits that role perfect, so he's definitely in my circle of trust as well. After that, it gets a little dicey. Every other name that I'm going to mention comes with an asterisk for sure, and I could easily be talked out of my stance that he is in the circle of trust. And none of them, well, one of them is supposed to be a star, but the others aren't really stars, but they're just some of the only guys that have, for the most part, consistently played their role at a high level this season. The two I'll just throw out together, Craig Porter Jr. and Naquan Tomlin. Obviously, neither are superstars for us, and I don't think there'll ever be that. But they're role players who have not just carved out a role, but just brought something to this team that I don't think any of us thought we would be getting out of these guys on a consistent basis. Seems like any time Tomlin gets minutes, you know he's going to bring his same hustle, his same energy. He's going to have a couple crazy dunks each game. He's going to drive the other team crazy. He's going to drive us crazy sometimes, but he's going to be out there going hard, and he's someone I think you can count on for the role that he plays. And then Craig Porter Jr., don't see how you could want anything more from a either backup or third-string point guard. Started his journey as a third-string point guard this season, but because of his consistent play and his reliability, he has moved up in the depth chart, and he's moved into my circle of trust. Then it gets really, really dicey after that. I want to say Sam Merrill so bad, because when he's out there, he does bring something to this Cavs team that I think is irreplaceable, and the way he affects the offense and the gravity he pulls from the defense when he's out there, it's just very, very important for this team, and I think he's played the role to the highest level you can ask when he's been healthy. It's just he's missed almost half the games this season, so it's tough to put him fully in the circle of trust. And then Evan Mobley, he's played most of the games this season outside of missing a few weeks, I think in early December. But I can't say I fully trust him yet. He's like straddling the line. He's like trying to fight his way in. But if I was being honest, I can't say that he's fully in my circle of trust. He's the next guy up, I guess, but yeah, that's where my circle of trust ends. And it was a short list, a quick list, but I don't know. Am I missing anyone? You let me know. I don't think any of the guys that I didn't name are guys that have proven we can trust them right now. So that's how I feel about my circle of trust on this Cavs team. Would love to hear what you guys think about that and who you guys have in your circle of trust, because it's a tough exercise right now. And speaking of Mobley being on like the edge of the circle of trust, one of the reasons for that is his disappearing acts in games. If you pay attention and if you watch most of the Cavs games, you'll notice Evan Mobley starts games really strong. He has big first quarters a lot of the time. Like, he plays very well in the first quarter. Has you thinking, okay, we're about to get the big game from Evan Mobley we've been hoping for. He's about to go off. He's about to have this. He's about to do that. I mean, it's been the case for years. I remember in Charlotte last year, he hit like 7 threes in the first quarter, had 20-something. I was telling my dad he's going for 50 at least, and I think he finished with like 38, something like that. But that's just been a consistent theme with him. He's a fast starter, but then just like slowly disappears as the game goes on. I mean, just some games over the past 20 or so Cavs games that stood out to me as far as his first quarter scoring and then what he finished the game with. It's kind of crazy. 7 points in the first quarter, 14 for the game. 8 points in the first quarter, 16 for the game. 7 points in the first quarter, 15 for the game. 4 points in the first quarter, 17 for the game. 6 in the first, 24 in the game. We'll take that. 5 in the first, 19 in the game. 6 in the first, 20 in the game. 6 in the first, 15 in the game. 6 in the first, 15 in the game. 10 in the first and 12 in the first, and then 23 in both of those games. And then he had 8 in the first against Indiana a month ago and finished with 13 points. That just can't happen. Like, you can't be a guy who's going to consistently play 33, 35 minutes, have a green light to shoot when you want, have not just a green light, but an organization and coaches that have been begging you to be more aggressive and continue the aggression you come out with to start the game. Like, everything's set up for Evan Mobley to be able to like build on his great starts. Like, if he's dropping 6 points, 8 points, and 3 rebounds in the first quarter of a game, minimum he should finish with is 20 and 8, 20 and 9. And that's like minimum. That's me being nice. You just, it doesn't make sense to drop 8 points in the first quarter against a team like Indiana and finish with 13. And it's not a game that like we blew them out so he rested the whole fourth. No, he's playing the whole game in basically every game I just talked about. And in almost all of those, he has nearly half of his points in the first quarter and at least 40% of his points in the first quarter. And that alone, I guess, isn't like the biggest knock ever, but when you watch a game and see how he disappears, you can feel how he disappears. It's somewhat of a problem and something that he needs to get right. Evan, please just pretend every quarter is the first quarter. Continue the aggression you come out with throughout the game. It will be better for everyone involved, and it would take your game to a whole nother level. Yeah, just something that really jumped out to me, as I had been thinking about it for a long time, but I never really dug into the numbers. But just looking at those numbers now, it checks out and it makes sense. Evan Mobley definitely has to work on being able to be a consistently aggressive player and build on great first quarters and great starts to his games, because too many times he does that and then disappears. can't disappear these next 10 games because the Cavs have a tough West Coast road trip coming up. They face some really good teams just in general, and they're in a situation where they can pretty much salvage what has been a really, really tough season so far, a really frustrating season so far. The Cavs could make that feel like a distant thought if they just can put together one run of consistently good basketball. The Cavs could be looking at the 2 seed at the All-Star break. Just think about that. Think about how this season has been so far, how it's felt. We should not have a chance to be the 2 or 3 seed in 2 weeks going into the All-Star break. That shouldn't be able to happen, but it is on the table for us. It is a real outcome, a real possibility, and at some point, if the Cavs are going to kind of right the ship and get things trending in the direction they want them to, they are going to have to go on a run. And what better time than leading into the All-Star break as you approach and then get past the trade deadline. The All-Star break is also when many people think the season really begins, and to be able to go into the All-Star break with momentum, especially after such a turbulent season so far, would just be like astronomically huge for the Cavs. And I mean, we have it in us. It's something we can do. Let's just go out and do it. But the Cavs will start their final 10-game stretch going into All-Star break as they host the Sacramento Kings tonight on Friday night. And then we immediately will jump on a plane, head to Orlando for the first of 2 against the Magic. They'll come back and face the Cavs in Cleveland on Monday. We follow that up with the game that's going to have, well, one of the most watched games of the season for sure, as LeBron James and the Lakers come into Cleveland on Wednesday, January 28th, in a game that's sure to be a spectacle at the very least. But the Lakers are a team that have been reeling lately and not playing good basketball and being on the road, even though it's LeBron's homecoming and they'll be motivated. Cavs should win that game. Cavs should pick up at least one versus the Magic. Really, we should get both. The Magic just got blown out by Charlotte, lost to Memphis recently. They have not been playing good basketball. They're 23-20. We're 25-20. So big ramifications in those games as well. Cavs need both of those, and they can really set themselves apart from the Magic with those wins. The Kings, we should obviously beat them. So we can better start this next 10 games with a 3-1 at worst record. Kings, Magic, Lakers. We shouldn't lose more than one of those games. I'm guessing one of the Magic games. But 4-0 should be a real possibility. And then we wrap up January as we take on the Phoenix Suns in Phoenix, which also begins a West Coast road swing that's going to be challenging, as any road trip is, especially when you're on the other side of the country. After that Suns game, the Cavs will fly to Portland to face the Trailblazers. Then they'll face the Clippers. Then the Kings again. Then the Nuggets. Then they'll come home for the final game before the break to face the Washington Wizards. And those back 5 games, the Trailblazers, the Clippers, Kings, Nuggets, Wizards, Cavs should be favorites, or at least a coin flip in all those games. I don't think Jokic will be back in that Nuggets game. So those are all winnable games, even though they're on the road during a road trip. There's no back-to-backs or anything like that. And the Trailblazers are a below 500 team. We should be able to beat them. They came to Cleveland and beat us, so we definitely need to return the favor. Clippers are playing the best basketball they've played all season. They're on a roll right now, playing very well. But we are still just overall, or we're supposed to be a better team than the Clippers, so that should be a game the Cavs can definitely win as well. The Kings are the Kings. That'll never change. Cavs should win that game. Nuggets, like I said, without the MVP candidate. Don't see why we wouldn't win that game. And then the Wizards back home to close out the All-Star break. Come on, man. If we lose that game going into All-Star break, that's going to hurt, and that's going to leave a bad taste in everyone's mouth for that week. But, yeah, with those teams on the schedule coming up, there's no reason we don't go 7-3, right? I'm not tripping when I say that. Like, even 7-3 is giving the Cavs some grace because, I mean, the Suns will be a tough game. Like I said, the Clippers are playing pretty well. The Nuggets, I'm sure, will still give the Cavs a good fight even without Jokic. Magic, I guess they can be tough, but I just don't see them as a team we should lose to. And the same with the Lakers. They're playing bad basketball. That's another team we should not lose to. So there's not one game during these next 10 that you're just like, yeah, the Cavs are going to have a tough time winning that. No, pretty much every game, if not every game, you're going in thinking the Cavs better win this fucking game or else I'm going to be feeling some type of way. So those are the next 10 for the Cavs. Should be interesting. Great opportunity for us for sure. Please, Cavs, take advantage and let's be feeling good. Feeling like we just stole the number 2 or number 3 seed as we head into the All-Star break. And to wrap up the show, let's go over some of your guys' comments as you guys have been dropping bangers. You always drop bangers, and it stayed the same the past couple of videos. I honestly could do a segment like this way more often because I love talking about the stuff you guys have to say. Some of it could even be a little crazier off the wall, but it's still your guys' feedback, how you guys feel about the Cavs team, and like it should be heard. It's valid. Everyone's opinion is valid, even if it's ridiculous. So I appreciate all the comments, and let's read a couple of them right now. We had from Best Solution for You 6530 said, the Cavs cannot guard the perimeter, and that is a problem. Any team can come in and score a barrage of threes in Cleveland. Those are all facts for sure, no doubt about it. One of the worst teams defending the three. Luckily, the Hornets in our last game were worse shooting the three than we were defending it. But yeah, the Cavs perimeter defense, especially defending that three-point line, has got to clean up. And then WJ806 said, hurts to get beat that bad. This was about the OKC game. But good commentary on breaking down the lineups and possible lineups. Go Cavs. WJ always dropping bangers in the comment section. Appreciate you. Mo Russell, who also drops a lot of bangers in the comment section, said, I'm just waiting for the trading to start at this point. I can't even fix my mouth to say this team could win a championship or even a round in the playoffs. They are too soft. It's hard to argue with that. I mean, I do think they'll win at least a couple of rounds in the playoffs. But yeah, if someone thinks otherwise, how can you say they're crazy at this point? Then on a quest, gonna at least read most of this. Dropped a long banger for me. Appreciate you, bruh. Said the only thing keeping me sane is more like a conspiracy theory that it was a scheduled loss, again meaning the OKC loss, just like the Rockets, just like the Jazz. They seem like they are prioritizing health while putting the young guys in clutch situations with their record on the line, like CPJ being an efficient scorer in the first quarter, despite some turnovers. Then Kenny doesn't play him again until we're down by 20. He goes on to speak more about some examples, but overall, I like that comment. And like I responded, you just never know for sure in the world we live in, and when there's so much money involved and egos involved, things of that nature. So can't put it past them. And either way, I love hearing conjecture like that. So thank you, On a Quest, for the comment. And then D-Man Fraz dropped two bangers. I'm trying to figure out which one I should read. I'll go with the first. He said, I'm a diehard Cavs fan, but to me, we aren't anywhere in their class this year. OKC. I hope with everyone healthy, this all changes by the playoffs. OKC is a juggernaut, bruh. Also, they were on cruise control to me. Imagine if they went hard. What do I say? I mean, they came in and they did what they had to do. I wouldn't say they completely dominated, though, because like we talked about, that final score was super fugazi. They went on a crazy run in garbage time. I mean, the Cavs had it down to single digits numerous times throughout the game and had their chances. But yeah, they didn't get it done. OKC ran it back up whenever they needed to. So, D-Man, you're probably right, and I'm probably still wearing my Cavs rose-colored glasses on that. But either way, I appreciate the comment, bro, and I appreciate you always dropping in. Same with anyone who's still watching this video. Appreciate all you guys. Drop your comments so I could read it next on the show. So subscribe. Damn, I can't talk. Subscribe, comment, like, share, all that stuff. And let's do it again tomorrow.